Alright, what's up guys, it's me, Biz, back with another UFC 5 video. Today we got a first look at gameplay and brand new features for UFC 5. We got to take a look at new gameplay animations, the brand new ground game system, and all the special features they added to the game. The stuff they are doing with this game looks very crisp, so I hope they're going to do a good job with it. The new engine makes the game look better than ever, so I hope we get a game that we can all enjoy. Without further ado, stick around to see all the new stuff. Also, I'm going to be live streaming so that I can fight y'all in UFC 4 and 5 when it comes out. So drop a sub if you'd like to run it up.
Stepping into the octagon is a fully immersive experience.
Alright, and then the first part of the trailer we get to see what the walkout system is going to look like. Basically the entrances. Hopefully they're not as tacky as the little emotes they had in UFC 4. But they do look very promising.
All at once, it becomes you and it comes at you.
That's the authentic feeling of mixed martial arts we've been working to capture. And with
Alright, sorry about all the replaying, but we are just breaking down here. If you want to look at the actual trailer, it's going to be down below. But right here, we get to see some of the striking and how people react. I think that is the cinematic replay mode with Leon and Colby right there. But the ground and pound looks great. Of course, you see the elbows are back. And honestly, it looks phenomenal.
EA Sports UFC 5, this is as real as it gets. For the first time in franchise history, UFC 5 is powered by the Frostbite engine.
And with the Frostbite engine, UFC 5 looks amazing, man. It really gave me those feelings of stepping into the cage.
The Frostbite engine makes a significant impact on the quality of characters and environments. With advanced rendering features, we can deliver even more realistic looking fighters with industry-leading facial.
And yet again, we got another look at the fighter entrances with Islam, Izzy, and Volk. And we also get to look at what the announcement portion of the fight will look like with Jones and Stipe.
Animation technology.
While the arts of mixed martial arts is something to behold, it does come with consequences. And I can tell you, those consequences are nasty.
With UFC 5's all-new Real Impact system, cuts, bruising, and swelling accumulate in accurate locations on the body and have a...
And here we get to see how some of the flying kicks look like, along with a right hook from Alex, which looks really nice. The knockout animation looks really nice. And we do get to see some of the cut system and all the crazy stuff they did with the swelling and the places where it can get hit in the face. It looks great to me.
Realistic effect on gameplay. That all starts with the foundation of the Real Impact system, authentic damage.
Damage impacts your fighter's attributes during the game. So, if you got a cut bleeding into your eye, it will lower your defensive abilities on that side of the body.
And finally, we get to see our first in-game gameplay with the HUD and everything. And it honestly looks pretty great. The animations do look a little concerning because they are the same as UFC 4. But the way the punches sound when they hit and the way the sweat bounces off the opponent's head as you punch them, it all sounds great. So I'm very excited for this.
And if you take one too many kicks to your lead leg, you'll start to limp, your mobility will decline, and your attack power will drop. Guys, I'm taking some calf kicks. They look just as painful in the game as they are in the octagon.
And this right here is what got me hyped for the game. The idea that calf kicks and leg kicks have more of an effect than just simple leg damage, like affecting their power and their movement. It sounds like such a fun game. And the way Connor's leg shakes when you kick it and the way it buckles, it looks absolutely disgusting.
Working hand in glove with authentic damage is the all-new strategic element of doctor's checks and stoppages.
If you take serious damage, the ref might call in the doctor to check on you. Once you're cleared to keep fighting, you're going to have to switch up your strategy to protect that hurt area to keep the fight from getting stopped. And on the other side of this coin, can you make the most of your opponent's injury until the doctor has no choice but to stop the fight?
And here we get a close-up look at the elbows and the damage that they can do. And of course another look at the doctor stepping in and checking the fighter. And we see him discussing with Herb Dean there and ending the fight for Tony Ferguson. So this new mechanic could be very fun, or it could be also very tactical. but it also could be very infuriating, I feel like.
While every fight starts on the feet, it should be just as fun to tangle on the ground. We got a new seamless submission system, and it really legitimizes the ground game in UFC 5.
The seamless submission system removes the minigames completely and functions as an extension of the overall ground game. This delivers a much faster and far more intuitive experience, keeping the action on the ground fresh and fluid.
And near the end, we get to see the brand new ground game system and the new submission system, which is a transition-based submission system. And honestly, it sounds really sick. It looks a lot more fluid and a lot less clanky than UFC 4 and UFC 3. I hope that, it's fair for both sides and that there's actual tactics to it instead of just spamming submissions and transitions until you actually get it. Because I feel like that was one of the biggest flaws in UFC 4. People would just keep spamming transitions and submissions until the other opponent was out of stamina, and then it was just basically guaranteed at that point. So this looks a lot more fluid, and honestly it looks a lot more fun. So let's see how it goes. I am cautiously hoping for the best.
Showcasing UFC's massive presentation updates in truly innovative fashion is the all-new Cinematic KO replay. Thanks to the power of Frostbite, players can now re-watch their finishing blows in stunning visual fidelity.
Those super slow motion finishes with all those cinematic camera angles and lighting, it really turns your knockout.
And here we have their brand new cinematic replays, which basically works the same as all the other games, but it looks like they put a lot more work into the camera angles and the background and how the characters move. So it kind of reminds me of Creed 3, actually.
Into a work of art.
Plus, we've added improved interactions with the referee in ground and pound stoppages.
And here we have a feature that they improved, which is the referee interactions. I didn't really like the UFC 4 version where the fight just stops and the referee just kind of stands there waving off the fight. So I hope this one you could just keep striking and then you don't even know when it's going to end. And then the referee just steps in and stops it for you.
And added the ability to go to a draw on the judges' scorecards in online play, which is something we know you've been asking for.
And here we see Herb Dean raising the hands for a draw. I hope this makes it more fair with less robberies.
UFC 5 is truly an extension of the UFC fan experience, thanks to Fight Week, an all-new series of features.
And here we have a look at the in-game menu. It looks great in my opinion. I hope they have little announcements or just posters in the background for upcoming fights that are going to happen in the week that we're playing them in.
And challenges synced with real-world fight events bring you more content and rewards than ever before.
Here we get to see a brand new Fight Week feature, which looks pretty similar to UFC 3 from what I remember. And it looks like we are going to be betting for in-game currency, which hopefully I see the UFC coins that you need to pay real-life money for. So I hope we can actually buy stuff because I have so many of the in-game currency saved up in UFC 3 because I'm not supporting EA in any way like that.
Like the all-new alter egos, which let you play as your favorite fighters in their authentic career-defining moments, with up to 4 new alter egos dropping per month. It's a staggering level of content.
Here we get a first look at the new cameos. We get to see featherweight McGregor here when he first started out, and we also get to see John Jones and Izzy when he started his kickboxing career.
Career Mode offers an all-new introduction, and Coach Davis is back to guide the player through their UFC career, along with help from none other than the Bullet herself, Valentina Shevchenko, who crushes it as an all-new NPC.
This is the best training facility in the world. There is no place like it.
Then there are new cinematics, locations, and a refined focus on onboarding.
We got our first look at the brand new career mode. Hopefully it's much more extensive than it was in UFC 4 because it got pretty repetitive pretty fast. And hopefully we can become triple champ because you already know I'm doing that when it comes out. So make sure to stick around on my channel for that if it's possible, hopefully. Maybe even quadruple champ, who knows.
And last but not least, and trust me, it's not least, if you pre-order UFC 5, you'll receive a roster of legendary heavyweight fighters, including Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, And the last Emperor, Fedor Emelianenko.
Fedor? Come on, man. That's too good.
And finally, we get to take a look at the pre-order bonuses. We got Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, and Fedor Emelianenko. Hopefully these guys' animations are different than everyone's. Hopefully they have unique things they could do, and they're not just reskins. And I'm very excited for this game. Hope you guys are too. Let me know what you guys want to see when this game comes out. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.